Well, it's amazing what you can knock up with a couple of mates and a few beers in a couple of days. Got myself now a cool little blacksmith shed. It's separate from my main shed, which is good. I can keep it all away, and it's in the furthest corner of my yard, hopefully away from most of my neighbours with the clanging and banging. So yeah, anvil's in place, stump buried in the ground, got my forge set up. Still got to seal up that hole in the roof, but got the old mallee stack at the top. I've taken the hand blower off for the time being, and I've stuck on my heat gun, and I've actually organised a proper forge electric blower. So I use this little guy until I get that. My start of my tongs and bits and pieces, and then my hammer and tool shelf. So that'll get filled up slowly. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not real big, but it's big enough for what I need to do. So yeah, I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to make a hardy tool. So what I've got here is a piece of drive shaft from an early front wheel drive Ford. I know that because I took it out of the car myself many years ago, and it was used as a drift for a long time. So I've cut a piece off. That is going into the hardy hole. It's a little bit too small for it now, but I'll upset it to sort that out. It's going to become a cut-off tool. So that's the first tool I'm going to make that I need for this anvil. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that end. Now we've got to make a bevel on the other end. Cut it. So take it over to the welder, and I'll weld a rod on it so I can hold it. We'll heat it up again and start making a cutter. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's a tool to do the job, so I don't really care. But we've got our hardy hole square in there. We've got a decent bevel on it, so I will now grind an edge. We'll harden it, temper it, and it'll be ready to use. A little bit of a cleanup. So I'm pretty happy with that. It will do the job. I'll be able to chuck it back in the forge. We'll get it nice and hot. We'll harden it in oil, and I'll bring it back to temper and take this handle off, and should be ready to use. Okay, so it's hardened and tempered. You can see the colour change. I tempered it in the forge, so it goes from sort of bluey purple up to yellow, goldy straw, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, she's ready to go. So no good building this and not showing you what it's for. So I will heat a little bit of metal up and we'll. So basically, it's just a tool for hot cutting. So it fits in the hardy hole, and that's why we made that end. And I'm just warming up a piece of metal now and we'll show you what happens. So yeah, it's just for hot cutting. Now I can just break that piece off. So it's good for work when you're working a piece and you need to make it shorter. Basically, that's all it does. So yeah.